we done so far on this little project I started the last time I was home? Well, we put the CrossFire on this transmitter, Radiolink RC4GS, not using anything really except for the control part, and it's coming out of the radio into the transmitter for the CrossFire, and then that goes to the receiver for the car. It is the receiver for the car. We proved that we can drive it around the house without any problems with concrete walls in the way. It acted just fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the CrossFire receiver out of this car, and we're going to put it in something else and do a range check outside in a different location. Stand by. This is the first version of the Arma Mojave, and it's been highly abused. That's all I can say, is it's been highly abused. You have the Castle MMX 8S ESC. You have the Castle 1650 motor. You got a Reefs Raw 500 steering servo. You've got a Futaba GY401 gyro. You've got Vidavon bulkhead things up in the front with the big bearings, and you got the, I forget the name, but you got this aluminum here differential holder. So it's pretty solid. The only thing that could really break are the A-frame, A-arms, or whatever. But my son and I each have one of these, and we beat the living hell out of them. So they're a lot of fun. So I'm going to take the CrossFire receiver out of the Corvette and put it in here, and then we're going to do a range check. On a trial basis last winter, when I actually put some effort into this, using the Fly Sky, not FR Sky, but Fly Sky handheld transmitter, surface transmitter, and these were supposed to have massive buku range. Well, they probably do. They probably do with a airplane transmitter. The handheld transmitter, the Noble 4 Pro, does not transmit more than 5 or 6 houses down the street. Therefore, this particular receiver did nothing for us. So someday that might go in an airplane. That's what it's made for, I believe. Or someday I just won't use Fly Sky anymore, or at least for the car. I have a Paladin sitting in the box, but the stuff coming from FR Sky is outshining Fly Sky by centuries. You know, lots of good technology coming out from FR Sky technology. Good stuff. So now we have to do this. This here is just a loop to keep it in, so we could run this on one 6S pack. If we take this off, we could put not another 6S because we'll fry the ESC, but we can run two 4S packs on this if I remove this loop. That's all it is. It's just a series loop. And that's what happens. There you go. Have all the wires tucked in and ready to go. We're just waiting for the batteries, and then we'll take it for a ride up the street just to check the range locally, and then I'll try to get my son engaged to go to one of the local parks and see if we can at least drive it a mile away. That would be fine for me. That's really all I'm doing this for. It's just a childhood dream, I guess, is to have an RC car that you can drive across the city. And I know you can do that with a lot of drones. Have like a 10-kilometer range, which is like, I don't know, 4.5 miles or something like that. I don't want to go that far, but it sure is fun. The technology that's real now that we dreamt about as kids back in the 70s and 80s. It's all real. And it's right here and inside that transmitter from TBS Crossfire. Everything else is ready to go, waiting on the batteries. I wasn't going to videotape every little thing I've done. We have already installed the receiver for the TBS Crossfire. I have a fan extension for the DJI Air unit because it's hot in Florida and I don't want it to overheat because that takes away the fun if it overheats. It shuts down and then you can't see where you're going. So I'm going to be using this fan out of an FG car. I'm going to mount it inside the cab where my camera and transmitter are. So that plugs right into here. This is a Castle Creations BEC Pro, and I'm going to be using this here 8,000 milliamp hour SMC Extreme, what is it, 120C 6S battery. This BEC takes the voltage from 22.2 to 12, and the camera video transmitter will plug into this, and that's how we're going to run this. So if any of y'all are watching this, you probably do not have a job like me where you're gone for months at a time, but I am gone for months at a time. So after I go to work Wednesday, I won't be home until probably September. That's okay by me. That's what I'm used to. Been driving coaches for a while. Because of that, by the time I get home after concentrating on my job, because it can be stressful. It's not the most difficult job in the world, but it is stressful. I have to leave little notes because I'll forget what this BEC is set at or what my ESC has been programmed to for the cutoff voltage, stuff like that. So it's important to leave little notes for yourself. That way you don't come back and plug 8S into this and then your voltage cutoff is too low and then you're frying batteries, and they're each like $120. So I don't know if you're rich. I'm not rich, but you got to take care of the batteries. If not, you'll burn your house down. For real. It'd be easier to do this if the sun was out. I'm going to turn around to the right. Good to go? Any cars? to have at least accomplished that range test with my TBS Crossfire setup. In my now ancient Mojave version 1, but it's still alive. I'll keep using it. It still works. Still a good truck. It's got lots of extras in it, which makes it my favorite right now. Anyway, when I got down to the end of the street, my goggles started pixelating because they're set on low power. So we're gonna have to fix that, and then we'll try again another day for the long range. Hopefully the goggles won't let us down.